be as quick as I can. So to give a little background, so I've been licensed since 2008. I've branded myself as an investment realtor. I host real estate investment seminars. I have 3 series. The first series is for beginner investors. So I introduce a glossary of terms, really what is real estate investment, measures, if I'm looking at 2 or 3 properties, how do we measure one against the other? So I'll introduce, for example, a cap rate to you. We'll talk about, when I spoke to our group last month, we talked about a tenant. It's one thing to get an investment property, but now we have to generate revenue. And when it comes to that revenue, how much do I charge? And how's that going to affect in regards to the tenancy that I have in place? What I want to speak to about tonight is more so it's one thing to find an investment property that fits your profile as an investor and the money that you have. But once you're done with that investment, what are we going to do? So there's an element of capital gains in regards to where the income tax, and we're going to talk about that probably in our next month. But what I want to talk to you about today is the security of your investment. Now, those of you who are homeowners here, when you've dealt with your lender, you've had a mortgage insurance option. It's quick, it's easy, and people will take it. I mean, again, you have to move forward. One thing that I want to put into your mindset is be able to ask a couple of questions. That mortgage insurance, who is that protecting and what exactly is it protecting? And what I've seen in some, and we want to ask these questions to your mortgage broker and your lender, is what I've seen is that mortgage insurance is covering the value of the mortgage, which means as you pay down the mortgage, so does the value of that insurance policy. So if the insurance policy is decreasing, are my policy rates I'm paying monthly decreasing? Sometimes it's not the fact. Another option that you have looking forward is bringing your assets into a life insurance plan, in which the entire value of that asset is protected in case there's an accident or something that happens. So it's one thing to get into an investment property, to discover what kind of tenant you want to have in regards to rental rates and so on. If an accident is to happen, how is your asset protected? So this is just, again, a thought. When it comes to investment in real estate, everyone's weird thinking about the front end, but there's not a lot of consideration on the back end. Now we have Celeste Avalon here from Sun Life, right here in the pink shirt. If you've got any questions really moving forward with this, she is the person to ask. But that's just a subject I wanted to bring up tonight. It's something I can work through pretty quick because I know we got the alcohol waiting as well. Just want to speak briefly to some real estate activity that's been happening in Falls Creek. We've seen pretty strong numbers in regards to sales activity. Definitely slower in regards to the last couple of years, which is to be expected. One of the most robust price points that we've seen is between $750,000 and $1 million, which is quite impressive to get as much sales volume as that we've had. Another surprising fact is the amount of inventory that we have, over 1.3 million here in Falls Creek. Now when I mention Falls Creek, I'm not talking just the neighborhood of Falls Creek in regards to where we're at here in Olympic Village and extending all the way out to the Burrard Bridge. I'm also including Yaletown and West Mount Pleasant. So on Quebec Street, in which they have a direct shotgun view of Falls Creek. So these are the 3 areas that I'm referring to at this point. So any questions real estate wise, feel free to bring them. Email me any questions that you have. If you're curious any time in regards to like how much is my home worth, how much is my condo worth, feel free to send myself or Jimmy an email. We're able to really set up searches if you're curious and you want to follow what's happening in your neighborhood. Anyways, at the end of the day, any real estate questions, feel free to bring them. And I think that's really all I had. My mouth is getting wet, it is getting dry. So thanks again for everyone coming. We get the music going. Tallow is right on top of the beverages, so please help yourself. Feel free to ask questions to anyone in here. And thanks again for coming, guys.